What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Starkback, MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today, stop, girl, stop. Sorry to interrupt you, but I need to do a review right now of Girl Interrupted. So, anyway, this movie is directed by James Mangold, who is in the race this year with a complete unknown. Fun fact: James Mangold has been a boss-ass director for that fucking long. And yet he's not at the level of Spielberg, Scorsese, Nolan. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at Mangold's body of work, you just go, why doesn't he have followers? Why aren't there people who are like, wow, James Mangold? I mean, yeah, he has that last Indiana Jones movie, but before that, still people were not like, oh my god, James Mangold, you know? Because arguably Steven Spielberg has the fourth Indiana Jones movie, and that didn't stop him. Um, that was a hot take. I'm sorry for that. I didn't warn you. I should have warned you about the hot take. Anyway, this is audio description from the Department of Education. I found it with the Department of Education, which is fun. I'm always like, oh god, why are we, for who? Like, what are we using this for? Um, from which classroom? I'm so interested. Like, I'm intrigued when it says the Department of Education. I'm like, for what? For high schools? Could you imagine trying to show this in a high school nowadays with all like the books we're banning and everything? And they're like, I think we should put on Girl Interrupted. We have an audio described version from the Department of Education, and like every Republican governor just sets you on fire. They're just like, no, we've removed gay penguins from our library. You think we're gonna let you play Girl Interrupted? Are you crazy? So I'm so intrigued as to like at what point this was ever used by the Department of Education for anything. But anywho, yeah, it's Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie, who won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Brittany Murphy, Clea Duvall, Whoopi Goldberg. There's just a bunch of people in this, and it's Winona Ryder is um she's the girl that's being interrupted. It's also based on a memoir, like an actual book written by someone about their experience. Some of it is fictionalized, not all of it was in the book, not all of it's true. Some of it was cinematized, made for movie, so it's based on a true story, I guess you could say. Um, and Winona, easily, this should have been her moment. I think she's fantastic here. Jolie's great, but the one that I always point to, and so do some other people, like she has like a little stealth movement, is Brittany Murphy was really good in this. And I think we look back on this now because Brittany Murphy's career never fully materialized in the way that we wanted it to. So she never really got the opportunity to have her Oscar moment or to even have like a rebound because she passed so early in her career. Um, that this was really the one shot to have. And she has sort of a really tough character to play. And her scenes with Angelina Jolie are the best scenes in the movie. Winona Ryder is also really strong throughout the whole movie, but there's some scenes toward the end which always stick with me, where Angelina is just Brittany has been, her character gets released at some point in the movie, and Angelina is just kind of prodding her and being like, "Do you really think you're cured?" And it reveals some really sort of dark truths about Brittany's character and her past and why she was ever there to begin with. And I think Brittany in that moment is sort of like haunting, and especially haunting considering what follows. So, and then to think about Brittany now and being like, well, definitely did not get enough time with Brittany as an actress. She does have other performances where she's really good, both comedically and dramatically. And I always just kind of thought Brittany's career just deserved more. Certainly. Like, I thought she was good in Don't Say a Word. Not necessarily like Oscar worthy, but it's just another performance that shows that she had range and depth to her that we hadn't necessarily fully explored. So, Uh, Watching this with audio description, I've seen Girl Interrupted a few times already. This is probably my third or fourth time watching it. And it's always a film that sticks with me. It's a film that I hope is standing the test of time, but I never really know. It's a film that I hope resonates with female audiences. I want, like, the youth of today to watch something like Girl Interrupted, um, especially the female youth of today, and continue to connect with it because I think there's a message here, and I think it's so resonant. I don't think it's something that's lost to the annals of time, you know. But the audio description track is really good. Of course, it's Department of Education, so they come in clutch with everything. They're just like, listen, we are the Department of Education. Move out of the way. Like, yeah, I enjoyed the audio description on this. So, 25 years of Girl Interrupted. Did it stand the test of time? Well, that's a question that's being answered because this year we have Angelina Jolie, who's in the Oscar race for Maria. She may not be in the Oscar race by the time I put out this video, but she's currently in the Oscar race for Maria. She may get snubbed, but the whole thing at least is drawing attention to that one time she won an Oscar, which is reminding people is for Girl Interrupted, which could be reminding some people to check out Girl Interrupted if they've never seen it before. And her nomination at least could propel more people to watch Girl Interrupted, which is a great reason to celebrate the 25th anniversary. It has been 25 years since Angelina Jolie won her Oscar, her first Oscar. I feel old. I feel so old. Oh, God. Anyway, she's made a good use of that career, though. Even though she's only been nominated one more time since then, not counting Maria, just in case. She was nominated in for Changeling, for 2008's the Changeling. She did get some awards attention for Mighty Heart. I think she got like a Golden Globe or something for that. So she's been nominated for some other things, not at the Oscars. And she's forayed into directing as well. So, but this is still a great movie. James Mangold is a solid ass director, and 1999 was a boss ass year for movies. Just fucking killer year for movies. I'm not just saying that from a nostalgically like strong perspective, but when you look back at 1999 and you're like, what came out in 1999? And there are films that really impacted. There are films like The Matrix and The Sixth Sense and Blair Witch Project that all had these massive sort of like cultural impacts. You have films like The Green Mile, Cider House Rules, American Beauty. You have the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me came out of here. You have sort of like sort of sleeper hits that were really big with audiences like Double Jeopardy. You've got like Fight Club. You've got a whole bunch of teen movies. This was the year of like, if you watched a teen movie in 1999, you got She's All That, Cruel Intentions, Varsity Blues, 10 Things I Hate About You, Never Been Kissed. Teens had American Pie. We had so much stuff in 1999. And looking back on, I know I'm missing movies, but I have to stop at some point. Being John Malkovich, like I have to stop at some point. But it's just a strong year for movies. It's a great year. So a lot of movies from 1999 just need to stand the test of time because 1999 needs to be remembered for being the year that it was, which was a great year for film. So I love Girl Interrupted. I still love Girl Interrupted, and I recommend Girl Interrupted. I'm giving Girl Interrupted an A. And I think, although I usually only do it on 10, 20, 30, 40, so I'm not going to end up revisiting the Oscars from 1999 for 5 more years. But I've always kind of had a soft spot for wanting to nominate Brittany and Winona along with Angelina for this. So I don't know. We'll see. 5 more years and I'll revisit the Oscars from 1999. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.